Hi there, Speak with Sarah here. Welcome back to another TOEFL listening practice lecture. This activity is designed to help you sharpen your listening comprehension by hearing a native English speaker deliver an academic-style lecture, just like the ones you'll encounter on the TOEFL IBT exam. As you listen today, try to focus on three things: how the information is organized, the key details that support the main ideas, and the tone of the speaker, in this case, my tone as your lecturer. All right, let's dive into today's big question. Why do humans dream? Part 1. Introducing the mystery. For centuries, humans have been fascinated by dreams. Ancient civilizations thought dreams were messages from the gods. In some cultures, dreams were seen as warnings or even as glimpses into the future. But modern science asks a different question. What purpose do dreams serve for the human brain? Are they random images with no meaning, or do they play a vital role in how our minds work? Part 2. The biology of dreaming. Before we explore theories, let's review the biology. Dreams typically occur during a stage of sleep called REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. In REM, the brain is highly active, the eyes move quickly under the eyelids, and the body is mostly paralyzed, preventing us from acting out our dreams, for the most part. Researchers discovered REM sleep in the 1950s, and since then, countless studies have tried to uncover why our brains create these vivid dream experiences. Part 3. Theories about why we dream. Now, let's examine three major theories. 1. Memory processing. One of the strongest scientific explanations is that dreaming helps us process and organize memories. When we learn something new, say a new vocabulary for TOEFL, our brain stores it. During sleep, and especially during dreaming, the brain replays, reorganizes, and strengthens those memories. For example, if you study before bed, you might actually remember information better the next day because your brain has rehearsed it in your dreams. Some key vocabulary to consider are consolidate, reinforce, encode. The second theory is problem solving and creativity. Another theory suggests that dreams allow us to work through problems or approach ideas creatively. Some famous examples are the chemist Friedrich Kekel dreamed of a snake biting its tail, and this inspired the discovery of the ring shape of the benzene molecule. Paul McCartney of the Beatles said the melody for the song Yesterday came to him in a dream. In this view, dreams are like a mental playground where the brain can make unusual connections and come up with creative solutions. And third, emotional balance. This third theory argues that dreams help regulate emotions. Think of it like this. Every day we experience stress, joy, anxiety, or sadness. Dreams might provide a safe space where the brain replays those feelings and helps us cope with them. For example, if you're nervous about a big presentation, you might dream about standing on stage. While unpleasant, that dream could be your brain's way of rehearsing and reducing emotional tension. Part 4. Alternative views. Not all scientists agree. Some argue that dreams are simply the byproduct of random brain activity during sleep. In other words, dreams may not have a purpose at all. They could just be the result of neurons firing without a plan. This theory is called the activation synthesis model. It suggests that the brain tries to make sense of random signals, and the result is a dream. Part 5. Why this matters. So, why should we care? Dream research not only helps us understand the brain, but also sheds light on mental health. Studies show that people who are deprived of REM sleep, and therefore deprived of most dreaming, may experience memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and even emotional instability. In addition, conditions like PTSD involve recurring nightmares, showing a strong connection between dreaming and psychological health. Part 6. To summarize today's lecture, dreams mostly occur during REM sleep. Theories suggest dreams help with memory, creativity, and emotions. And lastly, some scientists, however, argue they're just random brain activity. What we know for sure is that dreams remain one of the most mysterious frontiers of human science. Every night as we close our eyes, our brains enter a hidden world of imagination, problem-solving, and memory. And while we may not fully understand why we dream, research shows that dreams are an essential part of what makes us human. Thank you for joining me for today's TOEFL listening practice. Remember, consistent exposure to academic English is the key to building confidence and improving your test performance. If you enjoyed this lecture and found it helpful, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for more Speak with Sarah.